Okay, so I don't think I ever actually noticed that until now, but the translucency that the sail the sail offers is actually really well done. It kind of reminds me of when Metal Gear Solid 5 was being announced, and one of the big things was cloth transparency. Uh, and it's interesting to see other games necessarily use it. Although I don't know how common of a feature that is, since it's not exactly something you really look for as much as something you might notice when you've spent probably far too much time playing a game, as I have with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where the first DLC is complete. It was alright, nothing really special. It has big moments for Cassandra as a character, but I feel they could have done a better job. But the big reason that I got the DLC wasn't really for the Legacy of the First Blade. It was for the fate of Atlantis. Hold on. Apparently, just because my dog has chew toys does not mean that he will not attempt to chew on the wall. But let us move on to the fate of Atlantis. And the fate of Atlantis, the main reason why I was particularly interested in is because of the expectation that it would also continue the present storyline. Because if I was just continuing Cassandra's storyline, like, I already know how it ends. She hands the staff off to present-day explorer person, I forget her name, and passes on the staff. And that person explores Atlantis, figures out how to open it, and then that part kind of stops. That story kind of stops. And I think there's the expectation that it continues on in the DLC. Based on playing Legacy of the First Blade, I would imagine whatever Cassandra does is going to result in equilibrium. Whatever actions she performs will not have any positive or negative growth on her status in the world. She will be able to come back to Greek lands and carry on with side missions or exploration or whatever. There isn't a concrete end for Cassandra. Whereas, I guess I just assumed that the modern day stuff is going to show up in the DLC. Whereas that is most likely going to just result in another cliffhanger. But hey, let's see where this goes.
It's time, Keeper, to fulfill the most important part of your task as the one who holds the staff. Are you ready to begin?
Whatever it is you have planned, I'm ready.
Oh. And I think by that very, very odd loading screen, this means that I'm going back to the present. Yes, excellent. Maybe she'll say her name and then...
Anybody there?
Layla, that's her
Victoria?
name.
Layla? Nice timing. Looks like I've been able to establish a secure connection with polymorphic code. Hacker-free. It's good to have you back.
How's Kiyoshi?
You know him. Resilient as ever.
Oh yeah,
He wouldn't
because
want
they were attacked while...
I can't believe those bastards found the Altair too.
Turns out our signal was being corrupted by the Juhani Otzoberg himself. Guess he was bored of playing Black Cross and tracking down the Juno cult. I should have known some desperate hacker from Erudito would flip on us. Their fingerprints are all over this.
No way. Otso heard everything? If he tells the rest of the Templar Inner Sanctum what we're up to, we'll have every armed Abstergo goon on the planet after us.
If Berg hasn't found you yet, we're still a step ahead.
Then as long as I got you as backup, what are we waiting for? Let's see what this Great Seal is all about. Where's Victoria?
You'll see.
Oh, okay.
Then, here we go.
Also, I would imagine that they would be a little bit worried about carrying around these ancient beings in their heads, considering what happened to Desmond. So we opened up some locks to enter another chamber filled with
Hello, Layla.
would this be the seat of power?
We finally found each other.
I guess rebels always find a way. It's nice to meet you in the flesh, Alethea. Or in the hologram?
It was only a matter of time until our realities crossed in one way or another. It seems as though we're not alone.
Victoria? What are you doing down here?
Layla, it was way too dangerous to let you do this alone. I wanted to keep an eye on things personally. Who's this?
I mean, this is
This
technically
is
true.
The voice from the staff I was talking about? Of the Isu, Victoria. Can you believe it?
I've had nothing but time to study the patterns of human speech, so I should sound less like a talking stick.
Are you sure we can trust her?
Okay, she's standing right next to us.
Don't worry. She's a friend. She wants to help us with the staff.
It was always known to me that the heir of memories would embark alongside the keeper, Cassandra. You weren't in the plans. Can I trust you?
Of course you can. I'm her doctor, and I need to be here to keep an eye on Layla's vitals.
She'll keep out of the way.
No matter. This journey is yours and Cassandra's. You'll need to build up the strength to withstand the staff's corruption. As Cassandra finds power to fuel both her and the staff, you too will feel that physical connection.
Oh,
So you
okay.
want Layla to go in there? I don't think so. Who knows what exposure to even more first Civ tech will do?
Not me, Victoria. I'll go into the Animus and experience it as Cassandra. Right, Alethea?
Your journey starts at the same place the Keepers did.
So,
The Animus will show you her way through the
so does that
simulations.
almost imply that the
Sure.
Animus was
We'll have to be extra careful.
creation
I'll be here tomorrow
based
for
on
you.
Isu tech?
Her.
I mean, I suppose that would make
Are you
more
ready?
sense than saying it was like a mankind-related creation. I would open up the fan wiki to see where the Animus was created, but I know that the fan wiki is layers upon layers deep. So I will just assume there's an answer out there.
As ready as I'll ever be. Wish me bonne chance.
I'm assuming that means good luck.
The Keeper shares blood with those who came before and is connected to the Isu.
Okay. It was very nice of the narration for explaining why Cassandra felt the need to bleed on the door. Yeah, from afar it looked as though, like,
Blood that is shared must also be offered.
these
And the great
thrones
seal will
appeared
open for us. If you say
to be
so.
like giant slabs, but up close,
You've entered
yep,
the
it
great
reveals itself as the throne room.
Atlantis. What lies in this room are remnants of Isu tech I've adapted in order for you to begin your journey. I'm sure you have questions.
What is this place? And why was I allowed in?
Did Pythagoras know it existed?
No, I wouldn't show it to him. This room was built by the Isu to house something else.
Why
These
wouldn't
thrones
you
were
show
once
it to
just
him?
thrones. Now they contain my simulations. Don't worry, I'll show you.
You told me this room was meant for the aid of memories. But I got in so easily.
You paid for it in blood. Blood that looks quite like ours when you look closely enough.
Mater always told me there was power in our blood. I guess she was right. That is
All
what I
right.
have to do.
Always, Keeper. When the staff belonged to Pythagoras, he used it selfishly for knowledge. He was weak where you aren't. You will endure lifetimes until the heir of memories takes this burden. The only way to carry the staff's weight is to find the strength to wield it. You'll find that strength in Elysium. The underworld awaits, Keeper.
Okay, so
I'm alive. If I'm alive, how can I come back from the underworld?
These
it's
portals
just
are
a simulation.
They were made by me.
Okay.
In Elysium,
So she doesn't
you'll find
actually
power
go
sources
to the
known as Keeper's
underworld.
Insights.
She goes to a
This
simulation
room,
of the
Keeper
underworld,
and the heir
which
of
is
memories.
actually kind of interesting
Moving
because
forward in the underworld
if
will be essential
the
to finding all
presence
sources
within the
of power.
Animus is itself a
You were asking
simulation,
for blind trust, Alethea.
you have
You
Layla
pledged
as a
yourself to
character
me
entering a
upon
simulation
Never forget that I'm on your side.
of Cassandra's life, and Cassandra is entering a simulation
Find the
created by
strength within you and
Alethea.
Show the staff your worth. Approach the first portal when you're ready.
So thusly, that's why she's able to more or less see the people from her life, or from her past, is because she's seeing these simulated members
No going
created
back
by...
now. I have to trust her.
Which actually kind of makes it almost seem as though whatever political or like character choices that I make on this on the other side of this simulation doesn't really matter because it's just a simulation. Whether you're good or evil in the video game of BioShock, whether you save the little sisters or turn them into miserable little piles of atom, that doesn't affect your life outside the video game. Unless, I suppose, you let it affect you. But that's something entirely different. And my amateur license in psychology, granted by myself to myself, probably doesn't cover that subject. But for now, though, this means we're going to a new area. Like the Legacy of the First Blade. Just kind of shifted gameplay onto it existing.
Alethea needs to work on that landing.
Yep. Used existing locations. Best close-up of dog ever.
You don't belong here.
This simulation was created for me. There's nowhere else I belong.
Oh, shit.
Enemy Isu soldiers perform special attacks that can freeze or drain the adrenaline you've accumulated. Oh, alright. Oh, yep, like that. Almost got... Might as well finish off this guy. Yeesh. That is very, very rude of them. For lightning... Oh, this guy. I think this guy's the one who's... Nope. They're both the ones. They are working at it together to ruin my day. And because that attack takes so long, there we go. There we go. All right. It actually halts the regeneration of adrenaline. The fate of Atlantis. But yeah, an actual new area to explore as opposed to previous areas that I've just kind of traveled through and may not have actually spent much time in. Which makes me wonder whether they spent a lot of their time while making Legacy of the First Blade working on this environment.
Let alone best them in battle.
I'm pretty
Tell me
awesome.
your name, or you're next.
Heracles?
I'm
Hermes.
As you're holding my proudest creation, that means you're a descendant of Pythagoras. I know just why you're here. You need to harness its power. Now, your name.
The staff calls me Keeper, but you can call me Cassandra. What is this place?
Keeper, a great name with a great journey ahead of you. This is the paradise of Elysium, presided over by the mighty Persephone herself. Elysium was a gift from her husband, Hades. This beautiful realm she crafted in her image is the only joy she gets from the underworld. She's his prisoner. But she's coming to...
Oh, yay. Now I get caught up into family politics.
Resting place of heroes. When I was a girl, I'd dream of seeing it with my own eyes.
You kind of still haven't. It's just a simulation.
Persephone attack me.
That is an interesting question.
Of a lone outsider lightly. Speaking of which, the appearance of a living human is quite unexpected.
I'm supposed to go through trials and eventually leave this place. There was a great seal, and the staff talks...
It's all very
It's all very
complicated, yeah.
Allow me to explain. The staff is a gift, not a toy. It can be a key, a weapon, and a way to attain power until the very end of time. Here, you'll find the means to control it before it controls you. After that, there is a gate that leads out of Elysium. But the only way to it is through Persephone, and she'd never allow that.
I need to get to that gate.
Try talking.
So basically, power up the staff,
Maybe she'll convince you to stay.
get out
Or you could
of
find a guy,
Elysium.
Persephone's top advisor and closest friend. Or you could prove yourself.
Prove myself how?
Persephone sent guards because she's concerned. There are reports of lawlessness in Deathgalion's heritage south of here.
Oh yeah, I believe I remember reading about this DLC and that, like, you have to choose to to ally yourself with either the gods or the humans in this expansion territory. Where is Persephone?
I go straight to Persephone.
Not so fast. Give her some time to cool down. When you introduce yourself, you'll find her in her majestic acropolis, perched high above the asphodel fields.
Makes sense. What do you know about...
Could talk to Ekati.
You could, though she prefers to keep to herself. The dwellers of Pherea's retreat, which is to the east, might know of her whereabouts. I'd ask them.
Okay. What's going on at
Maybe I
Deucalion's...
should investigate Deathgalion's heritage.
Persephone responds best to
Deucalion's
action. We need to
heritage.
smother them immediately if there's a whiff of trouble against her.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Well, I've never had anyone ask about me before. I work west of here, It's a modest workshop. But all great things appear modest at first, don't they?
That's,
What can you tell me about my staff? I need to learn how to use it.
Find my energy sources, the perceptions of Hermes, across
Okay.
Elysium to imbue both you and the staff with power. Only then are you ready to move onward. You can't wield the staff without them. Are you certain there's nothing else you'd like to know?
I'm certain I've got everything I need. Only by gaining perception allows me to
When you've
wield the
sorted your
staff.
affairs with Persephone, come see me in Minos' faith. I look forward to hearing about your progress.
I will.
I almost forgot. I've invented just
Oh,
the thing
okay.
to keep flightless humans in Elysium. The wings of Hermes. Go, enjoy them.
This sounds very promising. I would not mind being able to fly. Use the Wings of Hermes teleporter. Oh, I was hoping for the ability to fly. Okay. So it just basically allows you to... But what if I don't have anywhere I want to teleport to? Or anywhere I can teleport to just yet? Like I guess I could fast travel back to Greece and then come back to Elysium to complete out that quest. Okay, so I still haven't managed to use this Wings of Hermes teleporter, but I've got to say, they did an excellent job of creating, like, making Elysium look different. Even if they used a lot of the same basic tools and map editing parts, like, it does look otherworldly. It doesn't look exactly like the rest of the game, which is pretty impressive considering how much content is in the rest of the game. That said, a new world offers new vantage points to pursue. I do like the spacious amount of waterfalls. I wonder if that also acts as kind of like a... Yeah, that also kind of acts as an outer ring to kind of seal in the perimeter. A perimeter to this world. So you know the extent of how big this DLC is. Because you can see how far the landmass actually goes. So I would imagine everything beyond the waterfalls themselves would be non-playable territory. So it's relatively small in landmass, but
The Wings of Hermes. Could this be it?
to quickly travel to paired locations. What is this teleporter's?
That was fast.
Talk to the troublemaker in Deucalion's heritage. Oh. So that the Wings of Hermes is basically just a teleporter pad. I was really, really hoping the Wings of Hermes was literal in that it would enable me to fly. Hold on. Take that, small child. That's what you got for me not being able to fly.
want out of Elysium. If you help me escape, I promise you'll never see me again.
As happy
Adonis?
as you make me, Persephone wants you to stay.
How long until you realize you're just one of her pets?
Watch yourself, human.
Careful, or Persephone will have you neutered. Oh, I forgot. She did that ages ago.
Is that a thing for Hermes? I actually don't really know that one.
Didn't think the dead could feel pain.
I'm one of the few miserable fools around here who's actually alive.
Oh, okay.
How can you stand it? The dead really don't want us here.
I can't stand it. I'm doing everything I can to escape Elysium, but Persephone...
Also, if he's alive,
spies
then
everywhere.
why does she need him
Hades
here?
taught her well.
Why does she want him here in general?
Maker I've been hearing so much about.
Adonis, at your service. With an army at Persephone's disposal and most of Elysium under her control, my troublemaking days are coming to an end.
What if I helped you?
And why would someone with their whole life ahead of them want to do that?
I want to help people.
I hear Persephone
It's what I
has
do.
everyone in Elysium on a leash. I want to cut them free.
Of all the lies in the underworld, that's the best one I've heard yet. No one cares about the dead. Try again.
I need to find Hades' realm. If overthrowing Persephone is the key to escaping Elysium, then I'm in.
Ooh, or though, does this mean that each DLC is going, or episode is going to focus on a different area?
Hear that, my love? She wants to enter Hades.
So episode 1 is Persephone's realm, episode 2 is Hades' realm. I believe episode 2 has already been announced as titled The Torment of Hades.
Here is the fortress of the Three Sisters, one of Persephone's strongholds. If you kill her overseer, destroy her torches of Hypnos, and steal Persephone's resources, all while avoiding the attention of her Colossi, then maybe I'll trust you.
Who are the overseers?
Persephone's most trusted and deadly servants. They are the eyes and ears of Elysium. Killing them will leave the queen blind and deaf.
And what is the Torch of Hypnos?
Constructed by the god of slumber, these devices keep human minds under Persephone's control. Destroy their centers to extinguish their flames.
And what are the Colossi?
Don't like the sound of Colossi.
The Colossi are best left asleep. They protect the overseers. Bloodshed wakes them, and they do not like being woken.
If you're the troublemaker, why do I feel like I'll be causing all the trouble?
What can I say? I'm a lover, not a fighter.
Luckily for you, I'm both.
Okay. So I'm in an alternate reality ruled by the gods, but it's back to kill or liberate Isu soldiers. Well, I guess that would be like how I could free people from the main game in order to join me on my ship. Oh, so this is one of the tribute statues to Persephone? Or is it inside the cave? It's probably inside. Yep. It is inside the cave. Of course, it couldn't be very easily accessible and just kind of just standing out in the open. I wonder, though, if there's going to be any guards. Or does Persephone feel she needs guards for her statue? Can I set this on fire?
be on high alert here.
There are, in fact, guards. Okay. So there's clearly one guard that is facing me. What I can do is, this is probably way more work than nope. Nope. Jump off. That was terrible. Is their back? Yes, their back is actually to me. And that is probably a button that gets depressed. That's a trap. Can I liberate? Okay, I attempted to liberate them. There we go. That was good. Although these guys are definitely tough. Oh, he's still alive. Alright, now he's dead. And... oh, okay. How very rude of him for making himself inaccessible. Alright, and that finishes him off. And then I can take out this statue and stop kind of... yeah. Oh, and that gives you ability points too. Excellent.
Better stay hidden.
Alright, so there's another statue here. But... because I now know these guys are tough, I might as well... take them out first, instead of trying to figure out whether or not I should assassinate them. Although this definitely uses up a lot. Going around critically assassinating everyone uses up a lot of adrenaline. So I'm going to get some of that adrenaline back and then use a little bit of that to take this guy out. Excellent. Where is her statue? There is her statue. Goodbye, statue. The death to vanity is the death to control. And now a new set of... talk to Ross? Oh.
Smart doggy.
Ross is the dog's name. That's because Ross is your best friend. Okay, so this is where the path is. I think. Oh, does this go underwater? Yes, it does. I think. Yes. Sometimes it's kind of unclear as to where the geometry actually goes. Yeah. Breakable walls underwater. Okay, that is a cool effect. Almost like an active sonar. But nope, no, none of those chests are the ones I was looking for. So, yeah, I think this is so far accomplishing something that Legacy of the First Blade didn't. And that is, it feels like it's giving me a good reason to want to explore again. Oh. Can I... Excellent. That went really well. Although I still have no idea exactly as to where these... Oh, there I can go upstairs. And by upstairs I mean up these rocks. So it kind of makes for an odd sort of...
High security here.
Oh, you say that now, even after... Oh, this cave is a lot deeper than I expected. There we go. So I would imagine the chests I'm expected to loot are somewhere in this area. Yeah, let's just get rid of him. We don't exactly need him in the way. Ah, finally. And of course, with more exploration comes more viewpoints to synchronize. But hey, at the very least, like, viewpoints are definitely going to be a lot more interesting now, considering the landmass can be a lot more fantastic. Doesn't necessarily have to be based on reality. And what is that? That looks interesting. Oh, I didn't even notice the severed head statue over here. Of Zeus, maybe? Gaia's Underpass. Underpass to what? To Gaia? Or to somewhere more specific? Or to nowhere? Probably to nowhere. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, this place appears to be a bit of a dead end. This place seems to have that same kind of structure as the tombs in Greece. If I find a bunch of snakes, then that basically means that this area is pretty much copy and paste. Or at the very least, a clear use of their previous ideas and textures. Yeah, and now I can drop down. And acquire loot. There's a lot of loot in here. Oh, hello. Yeah, I've seen you before. Ah, yep. Although, should I go upstairs to explore there first? At the very least, I know that the floor will not instantly kill me in the same fashion that it instantly kills Layla. That was kind of annoying. Okay, that took a little while of moving these shelves around. But this area looks much more pristine.
Looks like this door needs a key.
Oh. I wonder if I've discovered an area that's part of a quest before actually arriving to said area. Because that's happened before. Oh, hold on.
I should be extra careful in this area.
I should, but will I? The answer is yes. So that guy's facing me, that guy's facing the left. Alright. Defense is down. Another of tower statue of Persephone must fall. You know, this DLC has, this area, should I say, has a lot more box moving puzzles than I would have expected. The gods must have really been into shifting around shelves and redecorating. Okay, so what do I do with this one? The Dead Heroes Haven was a location beneath Gaia's Underpass. So I guess Gaia's Underpass actually did lead somewhere. And that is specifically to the Hermes Perception item. So, I guess that's a good reason to explore. Ability enhancements are first civilization artifacts and modify and empower existing abilities. Huh. Okay. To activate an ability enhancement, the related ability must be fully upgraded to rank 3. I've got a few of those. Enhance the ability, blah, 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 blah. And assign it to your blah, blah, can be activated. Or deactivated at any time from the abilities menu. Okay, so you could actually... No. So you can actually... Although I don't know which... I would imagine not every ability has an enhancement. Such as that apparently has a... Oh, so that's more for... the ability enhancement is more for hunters than anything else. Even though it's in the assassin tree. Silver tongue? That's, Do they actually want for nothing? Because if they do want for nothing, then clearly I'd be ruining the place if I'm taking down Persephone's guards. But then what exactly is she guarding them from? Like, what happens if Persephone doesn't control Elysium? And again, does it really matter, as it's not real, it's just a simulation. Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.